Call to order the regular meeting of the EDC for today. Maria, roll call, please.
Jerry Boye is absent. James Ellis,
Here.
Stephen Ehrman,
Here.
Madeline Fleury, Justice Martin,
Present.
Archie McKee,
Here.
Nate Manette. Also present, Jeremy Evans, Maria Bourgeois, Paul Ellis, and Trevor Buchanan from the Telegram.
Public comments. Anybody? Public comment?
I know it was mentioned at the beginning of our last meeting, but then the meeting didn't get completed. But I know in the last meeting, Jim had made a special welcome for Nate Manette. We're glad to have you with us, and I just wanted to make a note of that in this meeting as well.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Great. Very good. Thank you, Justice. Approval of the previous minutes for our EDC meeting of September 14th. Motion. EDC. Right. EDC.
Yep.
Need a motion to approve the minutes of September 14th.
I'll move to approve the minutes of the September EDC meeting.
Second. Anyone? Second?
Second.
Second by Arch?
Yep.
Any discussion? There being none, then we'll assume that the motion has been moved. All those in favor of approving the minutes of the September 14th meeting of the EDC, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay? Guys have it. Committee reports. If there are no committee reports, I think we'll just go ahead and make an appointment of Nate to the Downtown Revitalization and Tourism Committee, unless there is something specific that you wish to do.
I would like to make a comment, the same comment as I had to the IDA, but also I'd like to make a request. When we receive the printed treasurer's report, could we get a breakdown under current assets, checking and savings? Can we get a breakdown of how much was checking and how much was savings? Or
I think there is.
is that possible?
There, right now, Archie, there's only the checking account. We don't really have any savings vehicles at this time. I believe I indicated last week that with interest rates coming up, I am looking at doing CDs because we're limited in what we can invest in. We have to keep our money in very secure investments. Once I have a good pulse on the cash flow, I'll be putting out some CDs to bid, anywhere from 1 month to maybe 6 months in length.
Okay, great. Thank you.
That's a great idea.
Just for a little, by the way, when Paul came around to talk to me, as he talked to all of you in our individual meetings, one of the requests I made was that we have, if we could, a way of knowing what our burn rate is. In other words, how much is it costing us to open the doors each month? I'd like to know that. The second thing I think we'd like to know is what's our availability of loan funds? What do we have that's immediately available for loans in case we get a hot prospect and we need to begin doing some work to put the money where it does the best good. So with all those things, Paul, I hope you keep all that juggling going on, but that's what we need to do.
We're getting there.
I don't think we've ever seen ourselves in this kind of a position as an IDA where we're busy with all these different things that are going on. And I think it's really key. Again, I can't tell you how pleased I am to be part of this group compared to where I was many years ago when I first came on the IDA, where we just basically didn't do an awful lot, but just kept going over treasury's reports. looking at the amount of dollars we had and not doing much more. So anyway, we're putting our money to work. That's important.
Can I add something? I
Yes,
was wondering too, if it's possible with all the grants that are done, if there's some way, maybe you already have a spreadsheet or whatnot, the grants that we've given out and then the ones that we've recaptured, you know, or where they are in that process, just as kind of a guideline, because I find it a little confusing when I can't see. I mean, there's so many of them and I don't know where they're at.
Yeah, I think I think we could be similar, provide something like that, that's similar to the loan report is what you're asking. I think that's a great idea. And I mean, I'm sure we could do that starting next month, because we do have all that. Not in a one pager, but we've got all that information. So I love that idea, Madeline. I'll get Rachel and Paul together and we'll find a way to do that.
Very good. Great suggestion. Thank you, Madeline.
Can I add something that goes back to a previous item? Just a quick comment, mostly for Trevor Buchanan's benefit. When Nate was appointed to the Downtown Revitalization Committee, and then we had committee reports under the IDA agenda, then we moved to the Economic Development Corp agenda, and nobody picked up on the opportunity to make committee reports. That's because they're basically the same committee with the same membership. And that's how we set it up in January. So the silence under the EDC doesn't mean that things aren't happening in committee. It's just that anything that is happening, we basically took the opportunity to report under the IDA meeting. Okay.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Trevor, just so you know, I'm not usually this confused except when I'm given conflicting orders. So one of
Great
the things, one of the things that I'm doing is going back and forth from the agenda of the regular meeting that we had a week ago to this meeting where we had to have a special meeting to approve the budget. So it'll get a lot clearer. You'll be able to work right off of the agendas and make sure you make your notes for your copy. By the way, your father was one of my favorites. Always loved Doug. Doug and I had a good relationship in terms of where we came from when we were both in the service. We used to wear the same brass insignia on our collars. I won't tell you what we called it, but it was the Transportation Corps. And there was, as you can imagine, some kind of I should say a naughty name that was attached to it. And when women are present, I'll let you know.
Next time I see a person, I'll get that from you. I got a few of those still at home, his old insignias.
Oh, God, good.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize that he was a linguist.
Yeah, he didn't get to use his Russian as much as he should have been able to, just because, you know, the Army, right? Nobody bothered to check his security clearances before they sent us to Berlin. So we got to Berlin and they're like, well, you're Canadian, you can't do this job. So they sent him back to transportation.
I've heard that story from him. I don't know how many times, and especially over a martini. It's even better. Good story. Good story.
We miss him. Thanks for your kind words. It means a lot.
Okay.
It really does.
Now let's move on to our next business item. Is there any old and unfinished business?
None.
So we need financial reports. Jim, we need a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Oh, very good. Treasurer's report. Anything to add to what we heard the other day? If not, we'll assume that there is nothing that has changed from our report a week ago.
Motion.
We do need a motion, though.
I'll make the motion to approve the treasurer's report. Steve Herman.
Second,
I'll second.
second, Archie.
Yeah.
Any discussion? Being no discussion, we'll assume the question has been moved. All those in favor of accepting the treasurer's report, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, we'll assume that the motion has passed. Now, old and unfinished business. Anyone? Sorry?
I don't have any.
No, I heard somebody up there. No?
No.
Okay, new business. Resolution 2022-30, video conferencing. You all heard the discussion we had in the IDA meeting. Is there anything to add to that discussion? If not, resolution 2022-30 is now up for a vote. Motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Archie. Second?
I'll second.
Second, Madeline. Discussion? There being none, the chair will assume that the resolution has been moved and Maria will do the roll call on 2022-30. Resolution is concerning video conferencing.
Sherry Boye is absent. James Ellis,
Yes.
Stephen Erman,
Yes.
Madeline Fleury,
Yes.
Justice Martin,
Yes.
Archie McKee,
Yes.
Nate Manette.
Yes.
It's adopted.
Thank you. Now moving on to resolution 2022-31, the approval of the 2023 budget for the Economic Development Committee. Is there anything further? Is there any further discussion specific to that part of the budget?
I'll make the motion that we approve the budget.
Motion by Archie that we approve the budget for 2022-31. And the EDC, please signify by saying aye after we do
In a second.
it. Didn't have a second.
Steve will second.
Steve seconds. Go ahead with the roll call, Maria.
Okay, for 2022-31, approving the 2023 budget. Sherry Boye is absent. James Ellis,
Yes.
Stephen Erman,
Yes.
Madeline Fleury,
Yes.
Justice Martin,
Yes.
Archie McKee,
Yes.
Nate Manette.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted.
Fine, anything further discussion under new business? If not, we'll go on to executive session to discuss the financial credit or employment history of a particular person or corporation. We have a motion to go into executive session, please.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Archie, second. Who seconds? Second, Nate. Please indicate the time, Maria, and we'll go into executive session.
We need a
So
vote.
right out there, Trevor.
Okay, you guys will reconvene and do a couple things.
Back in, yeah, we can get you when we come out.
Thank you.
There won't be any action.
Okay, well, but I mean, I'll hang out. I'd like to try to see if I can get a copy of some numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep,
We should-
we can call you back in.
So I'll just hang out right outside the door.
Sounds good.
Right, real close to the door to listen.
Thanks, Trevor. See you, Trevor.
He is. I like him.
Hold on, I need to assign this to the breakout room.
Okay.
We should call it the
2 meetings in 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a question to start, because I'd like
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not on the camera. Keep like.
I'm gonna get the hang of this one of these days.
No, we're all back. Okay, you're good.
I can't,
The
I can't see anybody.
next meeting,
Come on,
next meeting of the EDC will be November 9, 2022. All those in favor of adjourning, please make a motion, please, to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn the regular meeting of the EDC for today by Steve. Second,
Second.
Archie. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.